16.3, question 8 deserves its own particular attention. This is more like the kind of question you may get in an exam. I'll tell you why. Because you're employing loci skills, bisecting lines, bisecting angles, that sort of thing, in the context of a question. So this is question 8. It's one of these problem solving ones, but they're great. Tommy has a rectangular garden, ABCD, well done him. It's 12 metres long and 8 metres wide. What I've done earlier was to take the liberty of actually drawing it 12 by 8 using my wonderful brown ruler here. And so I've drawn it. He wants to plant a tree in his garden. He wants the tree to be at least 3 metres from the edge BCD. In other words, I'm going to need to measure 3 centimetres up here, then draw a line straight across it. So I'm going to do that straight away. Now let's lift this ruler up and rotate it. Maybe I should have done this earlier as well. So let's just rotate it so it's sort of vertical. Right, drag it down here. I've got to be 3 centimetres away from the line CD. So that's there. So I'm going to draw a line straight across there and try and be as accurate as I can. Alright, so let's just pick a different colour. So 1, 2, 3, let's drag it a little bit lower, I think. Oops, didn't mean that. Drag it a little bit lower. 1, 2, 3, oh, come on. That's okay. Back to this. So from this point on, that's going to be 3 centimetres away from the line CD. Let's just get rid of this little horror here. I may or may not need it later, I don't know. Certainly don't want that bit. Goodbye. Right then, so let's go back to the story. He wants the tree to be at least 3 metres from the edge of that. Done. It must be no more than 6 metres away from B. Ah, right. What does that mean? Use my ruler. Again. Rotate it. And I must not be more than 6 away from B. Let's get this horizontal-ish. Best as one can. Right. Lift it up. I want to be 6 away from B. So let's just say that's the best I can do. That's not bad. Drop it down. Right, 6 away from B. In other words, you put your compass point right there. Do it in blue. So mark it right there with your compass point and swing round with a radius of 6. Now this is 8, drawn according to the scale I've been given. So my 6 should end up being round about here somewhere. Again, this is freehand. So imagine I've got my compass. I put my point there, start my pencil here, and just draw around a 6 centimetre radius. Get rid of my ruler because it's in the way. Alright, let's just go back to the story. It says, let's just change the colour. I'm about to shade something, I'm sure. Let's go for that, for a change. It says, he wants to plant a tree in the garden. He wants the tree to be at least 3 metres from that edge. In other words, at least that. But no more than that. Oh, at least that. Oh my goodness. If it's got to be at least from that edge, in other words, he can't be less than that. He's got to be more than that. In other words, above this red line towards the line AB. Right, got it. Read it again. He wants the tree to be at least 3 metres from that edge or further. It must be no more than 6 away from B. Right, this region here, oops, my pen connected. This region here is no good because I'm too far away from corner B. I've got to be within this blue line. Plus, I've got to be above this red line as well. Because if I come inside this region here, I'm too close to the fence CD. If I go on this side, I'm further away from CD, which is fine, but I've gone too far outside my blue boundary from point B. Therefore, using my scale 1 to 1, 1 centimetre to 1 metre, I've done it. Shade the region where Tommy can plant his tree. Well, Tom, you can plant your tree, my son, anywhere in this region here. You're within the blue boundary and you're beyond the red boundaries. Your tree can be anywhere there, and that is a really, really good locus question. Alright, it's functional. It's about planting a tree in a location maybe where there's sufficient light, not too close to the fence CD, because he knows from experience that You don't get too much sunlight if you're that close to the fence, so that's what this is about. It's quite functional, quite interesting, and that deserves its own little video, and that's a really nice question. And I'll stop there, and that's 6.3 done.